Man United, since Michael Carrick has taken over, have won back-to-back matches against Man City and Arsenal, right? And now everybody is calling for this lad to be given an extension, right? Because we all know Man United at the moment, when you've had so many bad moments and then you get a couple good ones, the good ones are going to be overreacted, 1,000%. Now, Michael Carrick at the moment is better than Sir Alex Ferguson to many eyes. That's how overreacting this fan base is. Now, if you break down this guy's 5 games in charge, right? Against Villarreal, an inferior opponent, you win 2-0 away from home. You were always going to win that match. You were firing in all cylinders. You had a stacked offense at the time. You had Cristiano Ronaldo. You had Jadon Sancho. You had Paul Pogba. You had a really good United team, right? You win against Villarreal, and then you tie against Chelsea, and then you beat Arsenal. Most of these, out of these 3 games, a big factor was you had Cristiano Ronaldo really firing on all cylinders. I think he scored, I think 4 out of the 5 goals here, he scored. Something crazy like that. That just shows to you, the level of high play that Cristiano Ronaldo had on your team. So you really were a moment's team with Carrick. And if you take a look at these games, the City and Arsenal one, it wasn't Michael Carrick out maneuvering City tactically or Arsenal. It was a moment's game. It was moments. And Michael Carrick has been a product of players hating on the manager, getting him sacked. Michael Carrick comes in, and anything, is better than the previous guy who they hated. So now they're going to play and die for the manager, which they've done, and they're going to give results. And that's why he's won 4 out of the 5 games he's managed as Man United manager. Not because he's a tactical master. No. It's because both situations here, the players hated the manager, and then the manager's finally gone. And now they want to prove the manager that he was the problem and not the player, so they play out of their boots. Literally what has happened with Amarin, and then what happened previously when Michael Carrick took over when they had Cristiano Ronaldo. Most of the players were already tired of, Oleg, and then boom, he's sacked, bang, you got this going. That's really what's going on here. So, to me, Michael Carrick, it's an overreaction. He shouldn't be the manager. I understand, even if he does well, it's just you're overplaying the same formula. You're overplaying it, and it's bring in a Sir Alex Ferguson likable guy. It was Ole, it was David Moyes, etc. And now it's Michael Carrick. Yes, you're going to have a few amazing moments, but you don't want to be a moments club anymore. Man United used to be a title-winning club. Now they're a moments club. These are their trophies. Back-to-back wins against City and Arsenal will be the highlight of their season when they miss Champions League football because they rode with Michael Carrick. And that's something the club needs to be careful with. Now here, there's no agreements. There's no nothing. If it could be permanent, they said he could have a permanent role at Manchester United if the results stay positive and on the right path for the season. Now, I believe the end of the day, they're probably telling him Champions League football will extend you and give you more time as manager. But if you miss Champions League football, you're really not going to be the manager. We're going to bring somebody else in. But I believe even if he gets Champions League football, let's say he gets 3rd place for whatever reason, I would not back Michael Carrick if I'm Man United, because you've done this before where you have a Sir Alex Ferguson like guy, somebody that Sir Alex Ferguson would want to manage the club, and then it always falls apart because Sir Alex Ferguson did not set up the club when he left for success. He left David Moyes a crap squad, and David Moyes suffered, and David Moyes was ran out of the club. Louis van Gaal tried to rebuild it. It didn't work. Jose Mourinho, he said it was a very difficult situation, probably the worst situation he's ever been in when he took over United. And you know what? Hands down, it's kind of crazy he said that because he came into Chelsea with Roman Abramovich. He succeeded. He was with Florentino Perez, who's probably the most demanding guy I've ever seen, most demanding president that football has. The guy literally just let Xavi Alonso walk away mid-season because the results weren't there. He lost the Super Cup final. Michael Carrick loses the FA Cup final but gets Champions League football. This man might still have a job at the end of the season. That's the difference between the clubs. And he said the Man United job was a lot harder. He even managed Tottenham. But at the end of the day, to me, what really needs to happen for Man United, and something I don't want to happen because I don't like Man United, but you have to target Luis Enrique. His contract ends in 2027, and it seems like he wants a new challenge because he succeeded everything he could in Spain, everything he could in France, and it seems like this man wants a new challenge. And if I'm Man United, I put all my chips in the table and go after Luis Enrique because he's turned losing cultures like PSG into a winning culture. You have to go out and get somebody out of the ordinary. Evolve as a football club. Don't stay in the Fergie era. No. It's after the Fergie era. You bring in Luis Enrique. You back his philosophy. You back whatever he wants. If he says Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, we want him shipped to West Ham, you make that happen. Whatever he wants goes because PSG gave him that. Whatever you want goes. Mbappe, gone. Messi, gone. Neymar, gone. And he delivered a Champions League football. If this man could get rid of Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar and win you a treble at PSG, I think Man United can look at those, credentials, that history, those accolades, and be like, you know what? If you want Luke Shaw, Maguire, and Marcus Rashford gone from the club, then he should allow those guys to go out of the club because he delivers results when he has the squad he wants and the players listen to him. To me, Luis Enrique would absolutely change United. It's not going to be Fergie ball. It's not going to be the same style as Fergie. Definitely not. But it's going to be winning football, and you might actually go back to the way it used to be. But the thing is, I don't trust this United ownership. I don't trust them to not listen to Sir Alex Ferguson. The Glazers and Ineos and all the board, everybody, they look at him for the okay. He's there like a bad smell, like Roy Keane said. Michael Carrick gave 2 thumbs up. Ole, thumbs up. Every manager that's came in, he's given the thumbs up. But Luis Enrique, he won't do it because it's a Barca product. And they don't want a Pep guy to come in and take over and win with United because it downplays what Sir Alex Ferguson has achieved. That's the truth of it, and that's why United would always be a moments club because they are settling for this. At the end of the day, when you have one of the greatest players in history score 4 out of the 5 goals in these 3 games, he gives you 7 out of 9 points. Of course, you're gonna look good. And then the other 2 games, Man City and Arsenal, they absolutely hated Amarin, most of these players, and Manu, you think he doesn't want to prove that Amarin was a problem? These players wanted to prove that Amarin was a problem, and they're doing it. Now, when they're going to start playing Brighton, Brentford in a couple weeks, they're going to start dropping points. They're going to start dropping points and go back to the old United. This level of play will not be sustainable. People are saying title race, all this, overreacting. What you have to do is finish out the season as best you can and then go to Luis Enrique and beg that man to take over because this might be Manchester United savior. That's the truth.